zoom way in on it. Not only can I zoom in on it, but if I said, okay, I want to mark that, I get right over the top of whatever it is, and I hit enter, bingo, there's waypoint number 710. So now I hit exit, go back out of it. There's 710 right here. I can see it on my screen. If I wanted to go back to it, I just hit my pages, go back to structure and sonar or whatever I happen to use. There is the, look at this fish right here. We ought to be getting bit. Now I have my waypoint on there. If I want to go to my waypoint, another little trick that you can use is if you press and hold waypoint, bingo, I have all this pop up, and now if I want to go to the waypoints, I hit waypoint, I hit enter. There are my waypoints. 710 is going to be the closest, but if I wanted to sort it some way, I hit menu. I can go down to the sort and hit enter, and you can see my choices. I can sort by nearest, by name, or by icon. I have it on nearest. Well, I really don't care anything about this one, so I want to delete it. I'm going to hit delete. It's going to ask me to verify that I wanted to delete it. Bingo, it deleted it, and now it's resorted. So that's one of the cool things that people can use when they put the waypoints on there. And a lot of people think that you got to mark some kind of structure for a waypoint, but you can always mark just location. If I'm finding fish out here in the middle of this cove and I want to stay on a group of fish, I can do the same thing. And I can do that on any screen. I can do it on here, I can do it on here, I can push pages and move it over to here, which, by the way, that's the way you move around the screen, is to press and hold pages, and now you see the yellow box or orange box around here. If I wanted to mark that fish and see where that fish is, and you see that fish there by the bait ball, I can back up. It's a little bit touchy. Come on, get me over, and I can almost tell which side of the fish is which. Now I'm right over it. Now I zoom in. It goes to the center of the screen on that one. See the fish and the bait ball? And I can get right over the top of it. I can see that he was 52 feet deep. I can also see that he was 246, 7, 54, 260. I can see how far that fish was behind me. So I can turn around and go back to it. I can measure how long that fish is by putting the cursor at the front of it. I can hit menu. I can come down to measure distance. I can now move my cursor. Well, it moved off of it, but you see it. You see my line here, so I can kind of tell how long that fish was. When I get it here, I was about to the front of it, so now I'm here. Looks like that fish was about maybe 4 feet long or something like that, which means it was a nice striper. It wasn't a good striper because it didn't bite, but it was a nice one. So anyway, that shows you a little bit about how some of that stuff works. For those of you that follow us on the internet, whenever we put screen captures out there, one of the really cool things about these units, in addition to being able to record, do the waypoint. Ooh, there's some nice fish there. You see these fish in here? Fish on the down scan, fish out here on the bottom. But one of the cool things about this, and a lot of times whenever I first get in the boat, what I like to do is I like to hit menu twice. I like to go up to system. I like to go down to screen capture and hit enter. Now whenever I see something that's cool like that and I want to take a picture, all I do is hit the power button. Everything stops. It's going to pop up here and tell me what picture that is. And that is shot number 1 because I have reset my screen and taken everything off of it. So that's PNG number 1. So now I can go back to the dot. I can put my little card into my unit. I can go to files and waypoints, hit pages one time real quick, and there's the major carousel. I can go around to waypoints, routes, and trails. I can go down to files and hit enter. I can go to my files, go down to screenshots, and there's shot number 1. Yeah, looks like it's going to rain on us.
Yeah, I believe we're going to get rained out on the filming here in a second, don't you, Bill?
Yeah, at least we got enough of it to start that we can see a little bit about it. I don't know if that's going to sweep down this way or if it's going to continue to go to the west. It's hard to say, but it's definitely raining right up the lake, and it is not very far.